Hello, everyone, and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays. It's a special time of the year, and we are here celebrating our favorite things, talking our favorite things, film and television in real time. My name is Ryan, and I work in the film and television industry.
And I'm Noah, a sports broadcaster. Today we're talking about our favorite Christmas movie. It is Marty Supreme week, so we're going to talk about that marketing campaign. We're talking about the Odyssey trailer. We're talking about Marvel. And of course, we're playing a game. Ryan, happy holidays, man.
Happy holidays. It's nice to be off of work. I'm going to Mexico in 2 days. I'm very excited for that. And mostly excited for tomorrow, which we'll get into in a second, but Marty Supreme Day. And Stranger Things season 5 part 2 or volume 2 minus the finale. So it's a big day of content tomorrow, and then I'm going to Mexico. So I got quite the week lined up.
Cancun?
Yeah.
Club Med?
What's up?
Club Med?
Don't know what that is.
Oh, it was a resort that I stayed in once in Mexico. But
I should have known.
Where are you staying?
Hard Rock?
No, Club Med. Club Med's a famous thing.
Oh, I probably. I don't know. I've never been. I'm just going to Hard Rock. Should be nice.
Nice.
It looks nice. I'm just excited to, the thing is though, my type of trip is like, I don't love like sitting by the beach relaxing. I like doing stuff. My family's a much more into sitting by the beach relaxing, but it's okay. I'm just excited to be with them and enjoy some time off and work on some stuff. So it should be really nice.
I'm a huge sit by the beach and relax guy, but I'm also also a huge go in the ocean, ride the waves guy too. Like I love going in the ocean.
Do you like heavy waves, or you like it when it's a little more calm, just like chilling?
Give me anything, man.
I love waves.
I love riding the wave. Yeah, I love just not even riding the waves, just jumping up and down. I don't know. I love anything. I love playing the game where you just stick your feet in the sand and you're outside, you're standing up, and then it just like goes back and forth, and you just get dug deep in. I don't know. It's fun. Everything about the ocean's fun.
Yeah, I'm pumped. And yeah, Christmas tomorrow too. I know neither of us celebrate, but we do love Christmas movies. At least I do. It's that time of year where we're watching them. Do you have a favorite Christmas movie, Noah?
Yes, my favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard. I know we were talking a little bit before about whether it is or is not a Christmas movie. It definitely is by every metric. The movie simply doesn't happen if it's not Christmas. You have the ho 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 exchange. Like there's so many Christmas music throughout. That's, in my opinion, not even that big of a debate because it is a Christmas movie and it's so great. It might be the greatest action movie of all time. All the one-liners. Bruce Willis is so great. Hans Gruber is a really good villain. Alan Rickman is phenomenal as Hans Gruber. Everything about it is just so good. So I've always been a huge Die Hard guy. There's only one other movie that really comes to mind where it's like, oh, it could be my favorite Christmas movie, but I guess I'm wondering what yours is.
I mean, mine would have to be Die Hard because Die Hard's my favorite movie of all time. Actually, did you know that? Or at least in my 4 favorites, yeah.
Maybe I'm forgetting. You probably told me at some point. I'm forgetting.
It's probably even with like Star Wars, Interstellar, Gladiator, maybe 1 or 2 others. But it's just it was probably like the first action movie I was allowed to watch. Like, remember watching with my dad in my basement and just being like blown away by how cool John McClane is. And is it McClane or McCain? John McClane. McClane. I know why I said McCain because the guy, the other guy.
John McCain.
Yeah, John McCain. John McClane. So yeah, I would have to say Die Hard because it's my favorite movie in general. And yes, it is definitely a Christmas movie because the whole theme of a Christmas movie is someone is trying to get back to their family on time for the holidays. And that is what Die Hard is. It's literally taking that generic trope, flipping it into an action movie. It was the first time they did that. And I do not understand the argument of it not being a Christmas movie. So I agree with you there, but I probably have the same answer for you, which is what I would give since you took Die Hard. Home Alone, right?
Of course.
Okay, just checking. Yeah,
of course.
It has to be Home Alone. Love Home Alone.
So good.
And Macaulay Culkin, he's kind of having a little bit of a comeback now. I'm seeing a bit of him just around on different media, interviews, things like that. So cool. And his brother, Kieran, obviously.
I was going to say his brother's big time now.
His brother's the guy. Like, I read a tweet the other day. It's like probably the weight. Macaulay has a little bit of a weight taken off his shoulders because he had such a fame at the young age, but now it's kind of split. He has his brothers that are famous as well. So anyway, Home Alone is so good.
Have you seen Succession?
I have seen a little bit of the first season and I liked it. It's just like I told you, I just whenever I have free time, I watch a movie instead of TV.
Yep.
But that's just me.
I'm on season 2 right now.
It's really good.
It is good. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'll have to get back into that. But yeah, now I want to watch Home Alone tonight. Maybe that's what I'll do.
And I told you how you know how weird I am with like movie scores and everything. That score is by John Williams, incredible. The Home Alone score, so good.
It's so good. It's like just nostalgia
Yep.
in music. It's which a lot of music is, but that one especially is like childhood, wintertime, Christmas time, cozy, like so good. Gets you in your feels.
And Ryan, I really think it says something that neither of us celebrate Christmas, but we're still so attached to those two movies that we just talked about. We
Yeah.
still love watching it. Like this time of year, we love turning it back on and it's on TV. We got to watch it because it's Christmas time. Like those are just two iconic movies from Christmas time that I think speak to all audiences. Whereas maybe I don't know because I haven't watched all Christmas movies. Maybe others are really just for the holiday aspect and the religious aspect and Santa Claus and all that kind of stuff. Whereas these two movies are kind of for all audiences, and they're also so good.
Yeah, they're the best. They're the best. Two of the best movies of all time. So happen to be Christmas movies. So yeah. Same page here.
Absolutely.
Same page here.
Ryan, you said we were going to talk about what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is Christmas Day. It is Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2 Day. 3 episodes come out at 8 o'clock, but we've talked enough Stranger Things. We're going to get into the other thing that's happening tomorrow. It is Marty Supreme Christmas Day, Marty Supreme Christmas Day, Marty Supreme Christmas Day. I have tickets for 2 o'clock. I'm pumped.
I have tickets for 12.
Oh, wow.
12 o'clock. I think I'm going to do, I've never done like the grab a coffee in the morning and like bring it into the theater, which I think you're allowed to do. I've seen people do that. My mic's a little low. Yeah, I am so excited. Got a group of friends going early in the morning, get it done, not done with, just see it, get it in my eyeballs. And I'm a lot of hype for this movie. So most people seem to like it from what I'm seeing. I see a few people who are just like not my type of movie, which is to each their own. And I think I'm going to land in the category of really likes the movie. At least I hope I'm in that category.
Yeah, I mean, the few things I've heard about Marty Supreme is that Timothy's great in it, which not surprising to anyone, and also that it's very stressful feel to it. Having seen Uncut Gems, it makes sense that Safdie has that stressful feel in his movies. So it's regarding a ping pong player who's obsessed with winning, who's a psychopath, and it's about a heist. So I'm sure that's where a lot of the stress comes in. So it's very intriguing. It's very interesting. And the only reason why I didn't get tickets for earlier in the day is because I got to see the Knicks at noon. Because the Knicks play the Cavs at noon. So I'm going to watch. I have perfect schedule tomorrow. I'm going to watch the Knicks at noon, watch Marty Supreme at 2, a little Chinese food for dinner, obviously, and then Stranger Things at 8. That's a perfect day.
It does not get better than that. I'm excited for your day. I'm excited for my day. Just the hype around this movie in general. We were talking about the marketing campaign. I mean, Timothée Chalamet, I have this feeling that this is all his vision. At least it comes across that way, this whole marketing campaign. And he's just tapping into our generation and the memeability of our generation. And it's smart, I try and do a similar, I'm not Timothée Chalamet, but I try and do a similar thing with like trying to get my films and my work out there by posting memes and stuff on social media, just using social media to your advantage. And I think that's just the way you have to do it nowadays in any industry, especially though the entertainment is just taking advantage of these trends and TikTok trends and memes and being a little outrageous and random. And that's just what people like nowadays. And Timothy is doing all that. He's great.
He said that too. He's young. He's obviously a young guy, but he did say, he was like, nowadays everyone's attention span is so small, so that you have to just grab them and then you have to grab their attention as quick as possible and do outlandish things, get them to the movie theater. So it's kind of like he's the young version of a Tom Cruise or a Christopher Nolan, where like their main goal is to get everyone to the theater. He's trying to do that. which is obviously great for the industry. And also, talking about the marketing campaign, we talked about the 18-minute long Zoom for the fake marketing meeting, which was hilarious. Also, yesterday he was on top of the Sphere in Vegas, and they zoomed out. I don't know if you saw this video. They zoomed out, and it was a giant ping pong ball, and everything making up the Sphere was small ping pong balls. And then he's walking around. I saw him on Fallon the other day, and he's just sitting in front. He has like henchmen behind him wearing ping pong balls for heads, like. And he's acting so casual about this, and Jimmy's not even asking a question about the pink. Everyone's just acting like this is normal. It's so funny.
It's really, really funny. And like you said, these quick little moments that just grab people's attention, and he does it right. Like every single thing has landed for me. And then he does get, we might have talked about this, but he does get some criticism from people that are like, oh, he's promoting this as if he's the best actor in the world, or he's hyping himself up too much. And I'm on the belief that that's just BS. Like, did we talk about this on the podcast already?
I forgot because I think slightly because he said we talked about the fact that this in the speech he gave where he won last year. He said he wants to be with the greats with my. He said the greats of the film industry admire me as much as Michael Jordan. That's what I want to be. But I don't think we talked about a recent thing he said. Where he said like you're seeing this past 6-7 years you're seeing some top notch, oh my god, you're seeing some top notch stuff, some top level stuff, and I don't know if people are appreciating it. That was a quote that he said that he received, I guess, some hate for, but it's funny because like athletes say this stuff all the time.
all the time,
and nobody cares.
But then an actor says it and it's like pretentious, right? Also, the whole theme of Marty Supreme, from what I'm understanding, is about dreaming big and your confidence and being the best at something. So if he's probably just leaning also into a little bit of that, he's manifesting things. And yeah, I have no problem with Timothy hyping himself up because his work proves it. He's had banger after banger after banger after banger and great performances after great performances. So I have no problem with that. And yeah, I think he's going to be one of the greats, as we both talked about. So I'm pumped for tomorrow.
I am as well. I cannot wait to talk about it with you in real time. What's up?
One more thing. I just finished The Smashing Machine, which is Benny Safdie's movie. So they both had, both Safdie brothers had movies this year. People didn't love The Smashing Machine. I thought it's great. I really, really liked it. Did you watch it?
I did not.
The strongest part about the movie is The Rock and Emily Blunt's scenes. There's a lot of tension. First of all, they're both really good characters. That's the strongest part. Their characters and their dynamics. I don't want to give too much away because I kind of want you to check it out. But they're obviously in a relationship in the movie, and just their scenes they have such good chemistry together, and that is the strongest part of the movie, not necessarily the fighting aspect. So I'm intrigued to see if it's similar in Marty Supreme, where, the ping pong tournament, the ping pong stuff isn't as thrilling as some of the personal drama, but we'll see.
Speaking of Benny Safdie,
yeah,
the Odyssey trailer came out, and there was a 5 or 6 minute prologue, I know, in theaters in front of Avatar: Fire and Ash, and there was a trailer also released in theaters, but finally it's online. It came out online either yesterday or the day before. Have you seen this trailer? And if so, what are your thoughts?
I have seen the trailer. I think it is absolutely epic.
I think it's stunning.
Yeah.
It looks so good. There's a shot where Matt Damon is in front of the ship, and it's like, it's blue, the water is blue, and the sky is blue, everything's blue, and there's a tiny bit of orange yellow, like the sun showing on Matt Damon, and it just looks out of this world.
And then on top of that, not only does it look great, it sounds great. Yep. Oh my. It's Ludwig, right?
Yes. Yeah, it is. It is. 100% it is.
He is the future. We talk about Hans and John Williams. I mean, this guy he is so good. Did Black Panther, he did Mandalorian.
Oppenheimer?
I was going to say he did Oppenheimer, right? Yeah,
yep.
I did Oppenheimer. I mean, that guy's on his way to be a legend.
He's pretty good.
But yeah, it all is beautiful. It's and it doesn't, not obviously could know the story of the Odyssey, but it doesn't tell too much. He's on a journey and you don't see too much. It gives you just enough to make you go to the theater. And then something, you sent me a tweet where, do you know the tweet I'm talking about? A tweet
I
that
sent
says,
you a lot of tweets.
It doesn't say by Academy Award winner
Oh,
Christopher Nolan. It just says just by Christopher Nolan. He is the biggest star of this movie, and you feel it in the trailer. You can tell it's a Christopher Nolan movie.
yeah, no, it's so badass, man. It's true. I did send you that, and the fact that like he doesn't need that. He's
He
Christopher
doesn't.
Nolan.
He doesn't.
I love that so much.
And I just watched The Following, his first movie, the other week, and it was really good. You could definitely see where he got his roots from, and obviously he made it with a group of friends, super low budget. They would film it every weekend together. It's kind of inspiring me to do something like that maybe soon. But he's always had the sauce. He's always had the sauce, and you see it in even those few seconds of that trailer we just watched.
The Following and Insomnia are the two Nolan movies I have not seen.
Okay, Following is great. Like that's what I just told you, and Insomnia is pretty good. I liked Insomnia. Those were the first two. I have not seen Tenant, so that's the only one I got left. So,
Okay, so maybe we should make it a goal that we'll combined have watched those three
now,
by summer.
sorry, by summer, yeah. Now, here's a criticism I'm seeing of the the Odyssey trailer: historical accuracy. Who cares? Who cares? The Odyssey is a fictional story, right?
But
And
sorry, continue.
yeah, no, just it's a fictional story about gods and goddesses and myths, and frankly, whatever they were really accurately wearing to that time is not going to look good. It's going to look silly and goofy, and I want to see this uber. And it's not like they're just doing it for like one costume. Everything looks to be uber exaggerated versions of what is it? Ancient Rome or ancient times, and Greece,
Great.
right? As
Yeah,
it's that.
I don't
Yeah.
want to get that wrong. Yeah, whatever.
Regardless, this is an uber exaggerated version, and I think that's great. I do not understand the criticisms because the Odyssey is not a historically accurate story. It's a fictional story. So
Yeah, sorry, I was going to ask what the specific criticisms were about the historical accuracy because I saw that was a general criticism. Was it just about the costumes? Was that it, or was there something else?
I saw the main one was about Benny Safdie's character's mask. Like they weren't wearing stuff like that. Was a big one I saw. Like they weren't wearing those big crafted masks.
Well,
But
they
I'm
can
sure
get over it.
yeah, I don't care. It sounds like you're on the same page as me.
Yeah, yeah. No,
So
I'm never because that's how Hollywood is. Like everything is going to be Hollywoodized, as people say, in some way, shape, or form. And even somebody like Nolan, who is such a great filmmaker, in Oppenheimer, not everything was 100% accurate. I'm sure you could find plenty of videos of like small inaccuracies. Like anytime you make a historical movie like that, there are going to be some small inaccuracies, but like sometimes you have to Hollywoodize or over dramatize it
but
or
it's not a
anything.
historical movie, so this doesn't even fall under that
That's
category.
all. That's also a good point.
Yeah.
That's also true.
It's like saying we told a fictional story nowadays and it doesn't look like our world. Like
Yeah, that's also
it
a
was
good
a
point.
fictional story that was written in ancient Mediterranean cultures. So
Yeah, and then a big reason why I brought up Safdie because you brought him up is because we saw his look, as you just mentioned. We saw a new picture of a shot of Anne Hathaway. We saw a new shot, a straightaway shot of Tom Holland, and then Damon was like either crying or very upset toward the end of the trailer. And then I turned to Aaron and I was like, "Is Matt Damon about to win an Oscar?" So I don't know.
that would be crazy. It would be awesome.
That'd be so cool.
I'm rooting for him. The Odyssey will hopefully be competing against my movie Madden that I worked on. So we'll see if that happens, if they both get Oscar noms and stuff. So
Am I allowed to ask a question about Madden? Not like it wouldn't be like a spoiler,
what's the
but
question?
like, okay, my question is, how big is the Thanksgiving, um, like is football on Thanksgiving a thing that happens in the movie? Because John Madden is obviously credited for football on Thanksgiving being a big deal. So like, is that a focus in the movie? Like, could it be considered a Thanksgiving movie, or is it not nearly that big of a deal? I guess that's my question.
I can't say that. I can't say anything that's
Okay.
in the movie or not in the movie. So
Okay.
that's
So
it.
so why do you bait me?
I didn't bait you. I was just telling you that
All right. I guess
But
we'll wait and see. I guess we'll wait and see. That's fair. Because the reason why I've asked is because I was talking to someone earlier about what movies could be good for different holidays because we have so
mm,
many Christmas movies. And I was saying, besides planes, trains, and automobiles, which I love, we don't really have a lot of Thanksgiving movies. And then I remembered, oh, Madden's going to come out. I wonder if they're going to cover a lot of the Thanksgiving side of things, and that could be cool. I would really enjoy that. So that's why I asked. But I guess we'll
we'll
wait and
see.
see.
You'll have to wait and
Maybe
see.
that was a
You'll have to
test.
wait and see.
Maybe that was a test for you, Ryan, just to make sure you didn't Noah Schnapp or Tom Holland did.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be extra careful on this podcast about just making sure
Very good.
I don't expose anything. So
Good. That was a test then.
thanks.
Speaking of leaking information, or not leaking information, so Marvel, after the trailer was leaked in theaters, they showed it in theaters. They decided to release the Steve Rogers trailer, the teaser trailer online that we talked about last episode. Obviously, no surprise there. You made a funny video on our YouTube shorts about it that I really liked. That was very funny.
Thanks.
The Avengers symbol was also released. It's the A, but in green. Looks very cool. And also, it did numbers. The teaser, even though people had already seen it, I think it got more likes on Twitter than the Infinity War and Endgame trailers, which is hilarious.
That's crazy.
It's
I did
insane.
not see that stat. That is crazy.
Yeah, no, it's insane. It's ridiculous. The Steve teaser got more likes than the final Infinity War and Endgame trailer. It's ridiculous. And also,
It's over. They're making billions.
yeah,
It's a given.
I guess I do have a quote from the Russo brothers. I guess I'll read the quote and then I'll ask you the question. The Russo brothers said they tweeted out they posted on Instagram the teaser, and they said the character that changed our lives, the story that brought us all here together, it was always going to come back to this. Now you could right away be like, all right, come on, that's a little bit of BS. I guess my question to you is, you've had a full week to think about it. I believe when we talked, it was the same day or maybe the day after the teaser came out and everybody was talking about it. After a full week of thinking about it, do you have any new thoughts about the whole Steve Rogers coming back situation?
I don't think the Russo brothers always planned on bringing him back. There's no way, dude. They said there's no way. Look, maybe when they agreed to be in the movie, like, okay, if we're coming back, we're doing Steve, But there's no way they were writing that Endgame ending and be like, yeah, we're gonna be back in 5 years, just changing this thing up. And they said multiple times they were done with the character. Chris Evans said multiple times he was done with the character. Robert Downey Jr. said multiple times he was done with the character. So I think this is all just a big pivot that happened in the last couple years, and I think that's happened for various reasons, whether we want to document, the MCU not doing the numbers it used to do, not having as good quality content, Jonathan Majors obviously being fired by the Marvel, so they have to pivot who their big villain is, whether it deals with Chris Evans not being in that many great movies, after Endgame, besides maybe Knives Out, which we love. And him deciding, yeah, I'll return to this. Or maybe it's just that they want to come back together, the Russos, Downey, Chris Evans, and like we said, set up a good foundation for the future of the MCU so then they can go off. Who knows? But there's no way they knew this was going to happen when they wrote Endgame.
I have a question for you before we continue on the Steve thing. We're going to have reportedly the 3 other teasers. The second one was already leaked. The Thor, it says at the end of it, after he's talking to either his dad or his daughter or something, it says Thor will return in Avengers Doomsday. Apparently the third one is going to be a Doom one. Do you think it's going to say, so the first one says Steve Rogers, the second one says Thor. Do you think it's going to say Robert Downey Jr. will return in Avengers Doomsday?
No.
Okay.
Maybe.
But it can't say Doom will return because he wasn't in anything.
Maybe neither. Maybe neither.
So it's just going to say nothing?
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. Guess. Is that dumb of me to say? I think that'd be cool.
If it said Robert Downey
Jr. will return.
That's pretty funny. It's funny.
So we would get the Robert Downey Jr. will return, and we would get the picture that's going to break the internet of finally seeing RDJ in the Doom mask.
Yeah, I think
at the same
ending
time.
the trailer on a shot of that is enough to not
Okay.
need
Okay.
to say
I
it.
okay. I was just wondering. I randomly had that thought
Or
yesterday.
like Tony Stark will return and then it gets like vanished a little and turns into Victor Von Doom. I don't know. Some sort of weird effect thing could happen.
I really wish. I know everyone wishes. I really wish they would release them online so that I couldn't see like a low quality version of it first. But I know the point is to go to the theater, so and see Avatar.
Which
I
we
don't
could
know.
talk about also if we want.
Ooh, you didn't like it.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's keep
we'll
talking.
we'll we'll talk about that. We're gonna talk about Marty Supreme. We're gonna talk about Stranger Things, or maybe we'll do that on its own episode. But we're gonna do the December re rank. We're gonna do a best movies of 2025.
Mhm.
We're gonna get into all that next episode.
Yeah.
Okay, in terms of Steve, I'm really starting to think more and more that he's just gonna be in the beginning and not in the entire movie, and that it's gonna be there are gonna be there are two Steve Rogers. There's one because there are two different timelines, two different branches. There's one
Sure.
that lived his life in peace with Peggy. Maybe he didn't have a kid in that timeline, and that's why everything went so well. And then he lived a full life, and then he met up with the group in Endgame at the very end, and he said, "No, no, I don't think I will." And that was that. And then there's another Steve that maybe this is going to be where he decided to have a kid and that screwed everything up because that person never should have existed in the sacred timeline. I don't even know. They'll have a way to explain it, but I'm starting to think that he's not going to be in the entire movie and that he's just not going to know that he's screwed up. I don't know. I guess either way it's
It's
interesting and it's a little confusing, but we'll see.
it's so early to tell, you
Yeah,
know. It's like all we've seen. So it's like we don't even have a grasp of even the plot to know that. But I could see it being similar to like an Infinity War situation where everyone gets a little bit of screen time and all these different missions are going on in different places. So, yeah, we'll see, I guess.
if it's like Infinity War, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna complain. It's just
Infinity War is one of the most unique, unconventional, but so beyond successfully done movies. Infinity War is incredible.
yep.
So,
These
I
guys did
agree.
Infinity War. These guys did Endgame. These guys did Winter Soldier. These guys did Civil War. We'll see, man. They currently don't have a loss in the track record for this
Well,
stuff.
they also did Electric State and that other Chris Evans movie I watched on the plane and disliked. So, but you're right. They have an amazing record with Marvel movies, and I'm very confident.
Yeah, we'll see. Still a while away. All right, Ryan. We're gonna play a game. If that's cool with you.
Yeah, I love games.
I love games as well. This is a would you rather situation. We know we have a lot of stuff coming out in 2026, especially during the summer, which is kind of crazy. We got to get into that eventually. Of like, it's insane. There's like May, June, July, August, like the row of movies. We know stuff that's coming out in 2027. The would you rather is would you rather ensure a certain movie in the future is going to be great? Like I'm talking about a 8, 9, 10, even like maybe like 10 out of 10. Or would you rather change a certain movie from the past and make it better? Or make it great, I should say. Make it great.
Um,
I'll give you a minute to think because
no,
it
no,
is.
no. I think I know. See, the only movie that I actually think I would want to change from the future to make sure would be great would be one I worked on, like Madden or something, to like
Oh,
guarantee it's going to be good. But I don't think that counts. The
no, it
reason I
counts. It
don't,
counts. That counts.
the reason in general, I think it's too tough to pick a movie from the future that I want to be great because it might already be great. You know what I mean? I feel like it's almost a waste of using one. I could easily say, "Oh my gosh, I hope Doomsday is the best movie ever," right? But realistically, like I feel satisfied enough with Endgame. That's tough to say. I do wish Doomsday is the best movie ever, but like I said, I have a lot of faith in it. I'm gonna choose my answer to be a past movie
Okay.
to be better. One that I just felt super unsatisfied with, and I'm just gonna say Rise of Skywalker. I think that I can't comprehend how they mess up something that is just that iconic and that good. And it's not, there's even bits of the Rise of Skywalker I'm like, okay, yes, like they're doing it right. There's so many moments in that where if they just made a slight pivot a different direction, the movie would be 10 times better. My mind immediately goes to, Kylo loses the battle against Rey on that big ship, the Death Star. They're on the Death Star. They're on the old Death Star.
Yep.
And all of a sudden he's about to turn potentially to the light side, and Han Solo appears as a Force ghost or as something, and it's like, bro, why is Han Solo appearing there? You've already seen them interact. They already had their arc. Why would not Kylo Ren's literal uncle?
You're talking
No,
about Luke?
I'm talking about Anakin. Grandfather. Why would Kylo Ren's grandfather not show up and be the one to help him convert himself to the light side? Because he went through the same exact journey as. Why did they not have Hayden Christensen show up then? And you tie together, the first three movies and the second and all them, tie them all together with something like that? Or why, when Rey is looking up trying to channel the Jedi, she just hears the voices. She doesn't see those Force ghosts. Like, there's so many moments where it's like, this could be such an epic conclusion if you just wrote this dialogue better and just made a slightly different decision, a slightly more epic, cool decision. It's like, it makes me so angry because it's right there. It's right there at so many times. And I remember my feeling of watching like, oh, this is about to be good. And I'm like, bruh, seriously?
Apparently, J.J. Abrams wanted there to be the Force Ghost, but then he was told by the higher ups that they should only do the voices. Apparently,
Oh, wow.
I think I read that, and it was supposed to be a little longer. They wanted to cut that and only have voices. I could be totally wrong. I think I remember that back in 2019 reading that.
That movie just infuriates me because I feel like obviously the one before wasn't that great, but they still had a great foundation where I feel like they were set up to really, they could have done something cool. And it's like, let's just go back in our same old bag of tricks and not do anything cool. And let's just have Rey kiss Kylo and give her an orange lightsaber. I
It's a
don't
good
know.
pick.
What do you say?
You want
What's
to
your
know my
answer?
pick? So I was also thinking, Doomsday seems like kind of a mess right now. I might just want to snap my fingers, no pun intended, and go fix Doomsday. And then I remembered, no. And I thought along the exact same lines you did. And I chose Last Jedi pretty easily.
Yeah.
Although Rise of Skywalker is a mess and is not good and has a lot of issues with it, and actually a lot of things I can get into with Rise of Skywalker, the issue started with Last Jedi when you completely divert from everything The Force Awakens was setting up and go a completely opposite direction. And clearly you could say whatever you want about the MCU. Oh, they didn't have a plan to bring back Steve Rogers the whole time. It was so much worse with the sequel trilogy. They didn't have a plan of which director. They didn't have a plan of the complete storyline. They didn't have a plan of where they wanted to end. They didn't have a plan of where they wanted to go in the middle. Like, at least George Lucas had some sort of vision. Like, he made things up along the way of, oh, okay, we're going to have Darth Vader be his dad. Like, that wasn't from the beginning, but at least he made it in a really good way. You could make things up as you go along, kind of thing, but they just didn't have any sort of plan. So when you bring in Rian Johnson and you make the story completely different, saying like, oh, okay, it doesn't have to be family related. Like, anybody could have the Force and she could be anybody and it's Rey Nobody and everything. And then you finish out the saga with Rey Skywalker, and then you have so many things in Last Jedi that just don't make sense in the world of Star Wars, where you have a cruiser just go to light speed to destroy a ship. It's like that's not a thing that could happen. It's very cool visually, but it's not a thing that could happen in the Star Wars universe. You have
Wait, why can't that happen? Why can't that happen?
That's never been a thing. If you're in light speed, if you're traveling in light speed, you're in your own, I don't want to call it a bubble, but you're in like your own dimension. You're in your own, like it's not a thing. Because think about it this way: when you're in light speed, you go through, you know how many ships you fly right past, but you're just in your own, again, I don't know what the word to use it for, but by that metric, they could have literally taken a cruiser and just went to light speed and blew up the Death Star or blew up in a Star Destroyer back then. Like it's just so nonsensical. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's stupid. It's lazy. And although Rian Johnson is a very good filmmaker, and I love all three Knives Out films, we've talked about those, and I think he's a good writer, and like, we are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn down the First Order. I like that line. I like that theme. I think it's a cool theme. There are a lot of things, and then Luke like overdoses on the Force, and we can get into Luke, like everything Luke's character. There's so much bad. There's so much bad when it comes to Last Jedi.
Yeah, it's the characters thing is the biggest thing for me. Just like the disregard of these characters that we, grew up with, and or even before we existed. And it's one of those things where it's like, I've heard people say a lot, Rian Johnson made a good movie, just not a good Star Wars movie. And I tend to agree with that. I think there's a lot of cool things that he does with it. I even think that end battle where Luke isn't actually there is pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Agree.
You don't see his footprints and you don't realize at first. There's some really cool stuff there. It's just not really a Star Wars movie in a lot of ways. And when you have something that's that important, I mean, it should be treated with respect, a franchise like that. If you really want to do something so off the beaten path, it should have been its own franchise, its own standalone thing. And I'm still on board to see a Rian Johnson standalone Star Wars because visually he's super cool, and he does have good dialogue. It's just he didn't treat the characters the way they should have been treated. The only reason I chose, I actually like probably Rise of Skywalker a little bit better than The Last Jedi, but for me, I have more issues with the Rise of Skywalker because it's the conclusion one. Like if they stuck the landing, I can disregard some aspects of The Last Jedi.
Yes and no. If they stuck the landing and the Rise of Skywalker was good, I'd be like happy. It'd be similar to Revenge of the Sith, where I'd be like, oh, okay, this movie is really, really good, but I still don't like the trilogy as a whole. A big thing for me, Ryan, is this. In 2015, when I saw Force Awakens, I liked it. I really liked The Force Awakens. I thought it was a really cool theater experience. People say it's a remake of A New Hope, but there are a lot of similarities. But still, it is good. I think J.J. Abrams did a good job. I think there's a lot of good in that movie. They set up so many things. We talked about this a little bit in Stranger Things, where they have so many questions after this. And they did the worst job ever answering any of those questions in The Last Jedi. It made it even worse. Not only did it not answer questions in a satisfying way, it either didn't answer questions or just set things up that completely contradicted everything that Force Awakens was trying to set up. So for me, if you fix that, even if you have J.J. Abrams do the trilogy, even if it isn't great, all of it, at least it's somewhat cohesive. At least it somewhat has a plan, and at least it's going somewhere. Whereas it was a mess. It was an absolute mess.
Yeah, can't agree more. Can't agree more. So
there you go.
Were there any others that popped in your head when you were thinking?
I love how we both did the same one.
Yeah, like maybe I thought about Justice League, but then I was like,
don't care.
Kind of did get the Zack Snyder version, so
which is good, by the way.
Yeah, it's good. Too long, but it's good. It's good.
It's super long.
I'll never watch it again.
It's so much better than Justice League.
Yeah, it's great. I'll just never watch it again. It's too much. But
any others that I would really want to be great? Spider-Man 3, maybe.
Yeah. That's one of those that I watched like so young that like I just enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah, me too.
That way.
Me too.
But I could understand why people are like, "What the heck is this?"
Attack of the Clones, just take out all the Anakin parts or make them bearable.
Yeah, make them bearable. That's another Star Wars one. I don't know. We like movies, movies.
We like Star Wars.
Everything happens for a reason. So
that is true. That is true. Well, that was our game. And that's our episode. Again, we're going to get into the Stranger Things. We might do an episode when you're in Mexico. We might.
Yeah, TBD. Kind of just depends on my availability. But honestly, dude, I don't see why I can't take an hour out of the hotel and do this. I wouldn't have the mic and stuff, but should be fine. We'll figure it out.
I mean, your family's going to be relaxing on the beach. You're going to want to do a lot of things, so maybe you'll be out doing stuff. But we'll figure it out. Like you said, we will keep you updated with stuff in real time. And early Happy New Year, because it's December 24th right now. So this is going to be our last episode of 2025.
this is our last episode of 25. So, um, yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. As always, follow us on all the things. That's Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We're on it all. This has been Ryan and Noah talking all things film and television in
In
real
real
time.
time.